Hey everyone, to another awkward intro, another week in cubing. We're trying hard to make improvements. So Uncle Frank, this one dedicated to you. We have individual mics again. We bought a whole new mic system just for this video. We already had the foam along the wall, so I'm really hoping this is better. The jump cuts shouldn't be as harsh because we don't have a third person, because I guess that was kind of the issue that, like, if you didn't really crop in on me or Jaden or Timmy, you'd see the other person. So we're trying to make improvements. Again, feedback is always really valuable on these, so that way we can keep improving and get you guys some good content. So, do you have anything to say for this week to say hi to everyone?
I mean, you kind of said all the good intro stuff.
That's good. I tend to be a talker, which I know everyone likes to poke fun at my order packing videos that I've been doing, but hey, I like to talk and I have a lot to say generally. So we have a few topics today. We'll kind of touch on all of them really quickly. We're going to talk about new cube releases, world records, Soup Timmy Lube, the Super Waylong Light, letters that we get from various people, and it's not what you think, and then Black Friday stuff. So let's go ahead and kick it off with new cubes. I guess since, well, I listed a few over the weekend, but we have the new GAN RS32.
Yep.
GAN 356 maglev.
Yep. Which
also is UV. And then we have, I mean, there's a lot of new stuff, like the main new stuff. Qi M Pro ball core.
Yeah, that one's actually like surprisingly good.
Christmas stuff, which I'm impartial to.
Yeah.
Would it be impartial or partial to? I'm partial to this.
I believe so.
I am partial to this.
Someone in the comments, you'll know the answer.
I am partial to this. And then static electricity. We got to touch on that. And a quick side note. So quick tangent. We get shocked all around the office. Like, we touch all this video equipment and it like electrocutes us.
Yeah.
And we've been having some video equipment failures, which is a little frustrating. So if anybody has tips on how to avoid getting shocked, let us know. We've tried the simple basics, but let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
So Christmas stuff, Yushin Petaminx, and then the Galaxy 13x13.
Oh,
so do you have any thoughts you want to share on any of these?
Let's quickly start with what I know, the Qi M Pro. I actually bought one. I got to like mess around with it, and it was actually like surprisingly pretty good. It's a relatively cheap cube. I think it's under $15, and you get maglev, you get the ball core, and it's just, in general, just a really, really high quality puzzle for a low price. Honestly, it really is competitive with the RS3, especially like the V5. So I think if someone maybe for some reason didn't like MoYu, maybe perhaps they were releasing a bunch of cubes in a short period of time. I guess if you wanted to get something else, something new, Qi M Pro is not a bad choice. It's a pretty good option.
Yeah, I know that was Qi's whole goal with that cube, was to specifically compete against the RS3M 2020. Yeah. So it's nice to see, but it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out, because the M Pro has a long way to go before it can get the credibility and the track record that the RS3M 2020.
Yeah, and I feel like not a lot of people, I feel like it's just not on a lot of people's radar, because I think MoYu's strategy of releasing a bunch of cubes, putting their name out there, I think is working well for MoYu, but other companies, these really good products are kind of going unnoticed, which is a shame, but thankfully we have this, we can actually bring them up. So definitely get the M Pro. It's really good.
Even the RS3M V5 is sort of overshadowed still by the RS3M 2020, and it's a better cube in every way.
100%.
Okay, so then the GAN 356 maglev, that's an interesting one that they decided to just resurrect. Maybe that's a bit of an answer to MoYu releasing 26 3x3s this year. Is GAN kind of feels like, hey, maybe we need to get in on something too.
Right.
Good cube. I mean, it has the honeycomb. It has a new GES Pro tension system.
Right.
It has the option for UV coating, which is nice. Yeah. Somebody keeps calling me, which is really, what do you know? I was going to say, my phone just rings all day long, and sometimes it's urgent. So we just got them in today. Again, we have this trend where the samples arrive after or the same day as the actual stock, which isn't very helpful.
Right.
So we'll be covering those. Christmas collection, not a whole lot to say. Proud of it, though. It's a cool, like, frosted, I call it like ice blue plastic, because this is always custom made, guys. I'm not really a huge fan of like printing the design on one whole face. What do you think?
I feel like when you print the design on one face, the best way to do it is to get rid of those Florian cuts, which, doesn't make the cube that good. But I think when you make it stickers, it's almost like this, I guess, subconscious understanding that it's going to have these kind of larger gaps here.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm proud of it, and it's been selling really well, which is good to see. We also redid the holiday mat, so we're switching this up for the holiday season.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to be honest, I think that's my favorite holiday mat.
Really?
Yeah, I think it looks really good.
Well, I'm usually a hardcore Halloween fan, as everybody likely knows by now, but I've been having kind of a rough fall season, so I'm kind of segueing into Christmas maybe. So with that all being said, Yushin Pedimix came out. Again, not really a whole lot to say. It's really good performance. It's nice to see that other puzzles are getting love too.
Right.
And then the Galaxy 13x13, literally, it's just if you're in the market for big cubes, like I would not recommend anything but the Galaxy series by Dan Jing.
Yeah, and though it may be like significantly like more expensive than some of the other options that we've had, like the Meilongs,
so
Yushins,
it
really is.
It
is so worth it. The performance, even if it didn't have magnets in there, I think just the way the pieces are designed, just it turns a lot better. But it also comes factory magnetized, so obviously it's going to be a lot better than any other 13x13 on the market.
Yeah.
So definitely worth it. It is, up there in price, but again, it's just worth it.
Yeah, like not having to deal with the alignment, the pops as much, the stability, so worth it. So let's talk about so world records. I'll let you redeem yourself since you got a little bit of flack last time for making you spoke out of turn on whatever it was, or not out of turn, but you made a little mistake.
The wrong championship.
Okay.
My apologies.
So this one should be easy.
All right. So
well, we just talked about 2x2s.
Yeah, we did.
Like last week, and how we're kind of reaching what might be like the pinnacle, and then this happens.
Yeah, literally just like we talked about it, the video went up, and then like a few days later, 7-8-year-old kid from Poland, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I'm going to do it the best I can. I believe it's Theodor Zajdir, something like that. Apologies if I totally butchered it, but he got a .43 single.
Crazy. So congrats.
Yeah.
What is it? Theodore? I want to make sure I pronounce it correctly as well. But congratulations. Insane accomplishment.
Yeah.
But so now that begs the question, where is it going to go from here?
Yeah.
How long will it stand? Kind of a relief. I know there was a 5 blind world record from Stanley, but again, it'd be kind of nice. I mean, I always have this weird opinion with world records that, and I'm kind of curious what the discussion is for you guys. I sort of have the belief that no matter who you are, if you go to a cubing competition and you are relatively competitive, meaning like when I used to compete heavily, I would generally podium at most of the competitions that I would go to. And there's always this lingering thought in the back of my mind that if I got the right scramble or the right skip, I could potentially have a world record.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a reach, but it's a thought that I'd be lying if I said it was not deep in the depths of my brain.
Yeah, I think a lot of cubers have that thought.
Well, it's interesting, and I mean, I don't really, it's been so much time, like my brain just gets clogged up with so much stuff. But the 3.47 world record that we weren't expecting, I don't remember the details of the solve, but I know it wasn't expected, or he didn't even expect it. So with that being said, I just wonder if at one point, if the records get low enough, will cubing sort of, as far as competing goes, like, will it be less interesting? Because will people not want to compete as much if, like, we get to a point where the world record is just, like, so hard to be broken? Or will it continue to have that perseverance of wanting to just keep pushing the boundaries? But I mean, like, I mean, I'll say this somewhat confidently. I don't think we'll ever see a sub-1 3x3 solve.
I don't think so, no.
I mean, like, again, it might sound kind of like a dumb thing to say, but I'm throwing it out there just for discussion. Like, I don't think we'll ever see that. So, like, at what point does it not become interesting? Do we ever reset records? Do we count to now a 4th decimal point? Like, what do we do at that point?
I think and I've kind of put a little bit of thought into this, but I think what happens is we make a new format, or we start making new formats. So instead of doing, like, we can continue doing normal, individual average of fives, but I think eventually when it gets so low, we start making new formats, maybe make them more spectator friendly, but we could do like how we do like Nations Cups and stuff during like Worlds, and there's like 3, 4, 5 people on each team, and it's like head to head. But what if we end up doing new formats where we just do like team solves, like 2v2 kind of stuff, and like actually do head to head and make those official like competitions?
That's what we were doing with our competitions, is the head to head, and it is fun because we were kind of putting this concept into practice by doing our head to head, no inspection. Yeah. And it is fun to see how people that normally average, like, there's a lot of upsets, for one.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember at our summer open back in 2019, someone that worked with us was averaging like sub 10, and he actually lost in the finals to some random young man that averaged like, I think 15 or 16, just because nerves and, again, the lack of inspection. So that's certainly a possibility. But yeah, I mean, I'll be curious to see what kind of other people think on that, because it's, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're getting close. So.
I mean, I guess it's just kind of like wait and see. And
wait and see.
I guess you guys just tell us what you guys think.
Yeah. So what do we have next? Okay. We'll talk about the Soup Timmy loop. So I'm really proud of this. Like, I think of some crazy ideas, and I did not think this one was going to work out. I floated it when he was here a few weeks ago, and like, we were talking about just different things we could do together, and I don't even know why my brain like went here, but I just completely threw out the idea of Soup Timmy lubricant, so like Soup Lube or Cube Soup or something like that. But the biggest thing that we wanted to pull off was the scent. It had to be ramen scented. Yeah. And it is. And it smells really realistic.
when Cameron like handed it to me and he said, "Smell this," I'm not sure if I was aware it was the Soup Timmy lube at the time, but I remember smelling it. And usually when you make something new, it takes a couple of batches, there's trial and error. This thing was like spot on. Like, it smelled perfectly like ramen on like the first go. I was honestly impressed.
Yeah, it was surprising because we haven't had that same luck with other go-arounds, like the Jack-o'-lantern. That one took quite a few iterations. You weren't getting the picture for that. Yeah. But the Jack-o'-lantern took, like, I think 11 or 12 different trials, I want to say, to get that scent, like, the right potency and the right scent, because pumpkin spice, there are so many kinds of variations and stuff you can do. But this ramen one is really good. But that'll be fun. And then what else? The Super Weilong Light. So I have a lot to say on this, but I'll let you kind of just.
So Super Weilong Light, I'm sure everyone knows with the Super Weilong that we've made a video on, and I'm sure you guys have seen the massive packaging and all the stuff that comes with it. Weilong Light, is essentially, I believe, what everyone is kind of like looking for, which is getting the cube without any of the
fluff.
The fluff, the filler. And I mean, do you know how much it's going to be? Any guess?
What's a tad bit, I don't want to say annoying, but like, you as my witness.
Yeah.
The moment this cube came out, I was already talking with Moyu about doing our own version of it, no watch, different changes to the cube itself, and having it be a lot cheaper was the whole goal.
Right.
And then it kind of got drug out, and we were quoted actually more money for less of a cube than what just you could buy we would have been better off just buying the actual Super Weilong, taking out the watch, throwing it into our own box, and saving money. Yeah. But as that negotiation was happening, we now caught wind that Moyu just is kind of running with their own Super Weilong Light, which they've done light versions of cubes in the past before, so it's not like this is like our idea, or it's not like it's a proprietary thing. But we'll see. It just is annoying, though, because I know it's going to upset a majority of people who bought the Super Way Long already.
Yeah.
And if a light version comes out at $60,
Yeah.
people are not going to be happy. And what's funny is that people have been talking about the fact that, like, I saw somebody talking about that, like, Moyu's strategy is like this, like, guerrilla marketing of just being everywhere is, like, working. I don't really think so, because you can see the sales. Like, there's a lot more Moyu cubes, so that's something to consider, that maybe they are selling the same amount of cubes they want to be selling across all the different models.
Right.
But these releases are not hitting how they used to.
And I've seen a lot of people in, like, comment sections of videos making their own videos, and a lot of people are honestly just kind of, like, upset about it, because it's like, it's more cubes, it's new stuff, but it's like, realistically, I don't need all these cubes coming out. I don't, I want to buy, whatever the latest thing is, whatever the latest hardware is, but if that's going to be outdated in a month, then I don't want to buy it. So, and then Moyu pulling off the filler, the fluff, by just putting stuff in the packaging that realistically no one, okay, I won't say no one wants, but, like, the majority of people don't want. They want to
go without.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, my beef isn't even with the watch strap in general. It's just the packaging, man.
Yeah.
Like, I guess that the packaging is sort of a byproduct of the watch strap, and it's also tough economical times. So people, I don't think, have as much just free spending.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if Moyu thinks it's working for them, but you saw there's a leak of already another 3x3, which of course there's going to be. But I've expressed this to Moyu already, that, like, I just think it's way too many cubes. It's excessive.
Yeah.
I think it's upsetting people. I know what they're trying to achieve, which is competing with GAN, but I don't really see, like, I don't think it's necessarily working how they were expecting it to work. And at what point are they just going to, like, take the L and just go back to doing what Moyu did best, which is making good stuff at a reasonable price point?
Right.
Instead of just pumping out all this stuff.
Yeah. I think with Moyu, GAN, and Qi being, like, essentially the big three, I think they're more competitive with each other, and I think Moyu has taken that competitiveness in the wrong direction, I would say. And because they're raising the prices so high, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen it in the comment sections, but, like, people asking for, like, free cubes and stuff. I think our flow of, like, can I get free cubes has increased since Moyu has raised their prices. I know there's, like, letters that we're getting.
I hadn't really thought about that, but yeah, there are letters. I mean, I guess it's just sort of like, it's almost hard because Moyu's built their brand off of, like, $40 to $50 flagships forever.
Yeah.
And so to now try to, GAN's kind of hit the ground running with this expensive 3x3. Like, it's no surprise. It's no surprise. So it's tough, and that's where discounting, like, conversely, discounting can be dangerous, because if you always discount as a business, your consumers, I think, start to always expect the discounts, and they don't want to buy from you at full price because they always think you're going to have a discount.
Right.
And yeah, it's just, pricing is weird and branding is weird. Business is hard. And yeah, it's like trying to support and do everything we can, but I definitely just will say it again. I do not agree with this tactic that Moyu is doing. And I don't know. I wish there was a way to just, like, have a big, like a change.org or whatever it is. Something that just would drill it in. Like, people want to support Moyu cubes, but it's just hard. So yeah, you brought up the free stuff. So yeah, we get comments all the time asking for free stuff. So if you feel compelled right now to leave a comment asking for free stuff, you better give me a really good reason to consider it, because you're not alone, buddy. There's hundreds of other people across all the different social media platforms that we're on that are wanting the same stuff. And I'm not knocking it. I personally never bothered to solicit for free stuff. I get it. We want to help, but we also can't just give free stuff away to everybody. So that's why you should enter. We have our monthly giveaways and sweepstakes at speedcubeshop.com. So go there if you want free stuff and try your luck. But yeah, these letters. So there's an epidemic going on. And it started, I want to say, this was never, I don't want to use the word an issue, but never a thing since like last year, I want to say. But we are inundated. I'm using lots of new words today.
Yeah.
Or not new words. I'm expanding my vocabulary to words that I just...
Get a thesaurus recently?
I just say them in my... I say them in my head, but never actually have the guts to verbalize them. So...
Yeah. Well, the comments are going to know if you're using them wrong, so they'll let you know.
We're inundated with these letters, and it's like teachers are encouraging kids, and this is a broad statement, by the way, they're encouraging kids to write to businesses that they enjoy, and that's great. We always take the time to reply to every letter that we receive, assuming you give us a return address, because again, some of these letters are sent with no return address, which is really interesting. We reply to them, and we'll try to help out, but there is like this trend of, one of them was like, there's a competition among our students to see who can get the most dollar amount of free merchandise from our favorite business.
Really? Okay.
And it's just like, what do you do with that? Because again, I'm all for being generous.
Right.
Probably overly generous sometimes. You can't always do it for everybody, because then you give $100 for the free stuff to little Charlie over here. He
Right.
tells his friend now writes, then you say no to him, he's disappointed, or you say yes to him. It just creates this cycle of like,
Yeah.
it's hard, like when do you say no? And I just think it's kind of weird that like I'm all for writing to businesses and sharing information and encouraging people, especially young
Right.
people. And it's not a big deal to send out a little thing here or there, but like it just gets to be a little much
Right.
at one point. And I hate that I feel like I'm the bad guy when we have to respectfully say no, but it's hard. So again, if you send us a letter and we don't always give you a bunch of free stuff, don't hate us. We're trying to do the best that we can,
Right.
but it's hard to make everybody happy. So
Yeah, I mean, but, if you are looking for, discounted or as close to free as you can get, Black Friday's coming up. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we've got our, essentially pre-Black Friday deals starting now. So, check out our website. There's a bunch of stuff there. And then if you're in the Vegas area, we're open on Black Friday. So come on in. That'll probably be the best day for discounts.
I thought I was supposed to be the plug guy. That was pretty smooth, man.
Hey, man.
I was like Rico Suave over there. Black Friday this year is going to be an interesting one because it's stressful every year. I think the hardest part about it is picking the promotion for me, because you don't want to disappoint people and you want to discount as much as you can, but it's hard, and time, it's just busy, and it's tough. But this year, I mean, I'm pretty happy with what we've already done leading up to Black Friday and what we're going to do during Black Friday. But, it's hard to find that line of making sure that people can get good deals. Like, we like to reward people that shop early. Like our newsletter subscribers always get the first access. But we also want to be careful that they don't feel like they should have waited. Because obviously the earlier that you shop, you can guarantee your stock. So like, for example, I went to Costco and we wanted to buy a new TV. So we finally did that, and like they marketed it as like their Black Friday deals, and I was kind of almost at peace with the fact that even if I could save $100 more by waiting until Black Friday, I'm not in a position where I can go stand in line on Black Friday because I'm running SpeedCube Shop stuff. But like, it's just worth it for me to be able to walk into a Costco at my own leisure and just grab the TV I want, load it into my cart, put it into my car, and go home, and not be like fighting people to get it. It's almost worth spending a little bit. I'm okay spending a little bit more for that convenience. And so with us, we try to make it to where there's no like trade-off. It's like you can shop early, you're not stressing out about missing inventory, and then if you have to back order or pre-order it, you're not having to stress out about it getting here in time for the holidays. So it's just better to shop early, I think. Yeah,
I mean, I did the same thing yesterday. I bought a PS5.
Whoa.
I know.
Man, jeez.
But I bought a PS5 yesterday, and I was looking at it. I was like, okay, so we're still like, almost 2 weeks away from Black Friday. But the thing is, if you guys are, I guess, big into the console gaming, you know that PS5s can go really quickly because a lot of people are trying to get their hands
You've
on
been
them.
trying to get one for a while.
A while, yeah. So,
Yeah.
so I knew, I was like, okay, I could wait till Black Friday and, get maybe another $75 off. But, it's so competitive trying to get one that I was like, just to guarantee it, I'll buy it right now for, a bit more. And, I think it's just, you're paying for like assurance, I guess.
Yep. No, FOMO is real. Like, we bought a Christmas decoration yesterday. We bought the last one that was in stock, and they're really hard to get historically. So we finally got one. Of course, it was broken. So we ordered a second one ahead of time, just so that we can guarantee we have another one on the way. Hope that one's not broken.
Right.
Because they had no more in store, so we had to order online. And then again, we'll deal with the return later. Because like normally I would do the return first, get the money back, then order the new one. But got to make sure you get it. So with that being said, we're ready for Black Friday. We're geared up. We're prepped. We historically we do whatever we can to get your orders out. Like we don't like to just tell people or lean on the excuse that because it's a Black Friday, you need to wait longer for your order to be shipped. Like we try to make it a seamless experience to where the quality of service that you've come to expect from us doesn't change no matter if it's Black Friday, Christmas, or a random day in the middle of the summer. Yeah. So that's the plan, and we're excited for it. We'll see. We still have to pick out. We always do, we bring in a bunch of food for everybody at the warehouse. So we're trying to pick.
I think the team has kind of already decided. If you look at the whiteboard, everyone's kind of already kind of circled around.
I saw we have Panda Express, we have Cane's on there, we have Panera Bread, and then In-N-Out was the fourth
In-N-Out
one.
is the other one.
So you guys can also vote. Cane's, Panera, Panda Express, In-N-Out. Let us know which one we should eat. We'll be curious to hear on that. So
not to influence your opinion or anything, but Panda Express is pretty good.
It is pretty good. But all right, guys, I think this one's gone on a little bit longer than expected, but it's fun just to chat. So I hope you guys are continuing to enjoy these. Again, let us know if there's any topics that you want covered specifically. Trying to do a little bit of everything. Hopefully the audio is better. My man Frank, if you've still gotten this far, appreciate you. Hope this one was better. And we'll see you guys in the next one, or we'll see you next week, I should say.
All right.
And have a good one.
All right, take care.